Everyone says just focus. But how are you supposed to focus when your house feels like a fish market? Your siblings are shouting and your so-called study table is just your lap. No private room, no desk, constant distractions. And still, you're expected to score straight A's as if silence and space grow on trees. The pressure is real, and the odds feel unfair. But here's the truth. Your environment doesn't define your success. You do. This video is for every student trying to rise above noise, chaos, and limited space. You're not lazy. You're not weak. You just need the right strategy. So if you're ready to stop letting your surroundings decide your future and start taking control, let's begin. Everyone says, Segment 1. Stop romanticizing the perfect study setup. Let's be honest, you've seen those picture-perfect study reels. White desks, silent rooms, cute lamps, candles glowing softly, everything just calm. And then there's your reality. A room shared with 5 people, doors always creaking open, the TV blasting next door, someone yelling in the kitchen, and no, you don't even have your own phone to block the noise. It feels unfair, right? Like, how are you supposed to focus when your entire environment is just screaming chaos? But here's the truth most people won't tell you. You don't need any of that to top your exams. You don't need silence. You don't need headphones. You don't need some desk from Pinterest. What you need is to stop waiting for peace and start building your own focus, even if it's in the middle of noise. Sit on the floor, face the wall, use your book like a shield, train your brain to zone in, not because it's easy, but because it's hard, and you're doing it anyway. That's what real toppers do. They win not because of the environment, but in spite of it. Forget the aesthetic. That candlelight won't write your paper. Your grit will. Segment 2, don't wait for motivation, build a system. Let me break a myth real quick. Toppers don't feel motivated every day. No one wakes up like, wow, I can't wait to open this physics book. Nah, they're not superheroes. They're just systematic. They've built habits so strong, they don't need to wait for a motivational quote to slap them into studying. If you're sitting there thinking, I'll study when I feel ready, that moment won't come. Especially not when your cousin's watching a drama in the same room, your siblings asking for help with their homework, and someone's frying onions like it's a national duty. You're never going to feel like it. That's the truth. So here's what works instead. Timing, not feeling. Tell yourself, every day at 7 p.m., I sit with my book, no matter what. It doesn't have to be fancy, even 25 minutes. Use a basic watch if you don't have a phone. Light a mental timer in your head. That little routine, same time, same spot, trains your brain to focus, even if the world around you is on fire. Because winners don't wait for mood. They follow systems. And the more you show up, even when it's hard, the easier it becomes to stay in the game. Segment 3, the I'll study later trap, aka the most viral lie ever. So you tell yourself, okay, not now, but after lunch, I swear I'll study. And then lunch turns into a nap. Nap turns into scrolling. Scrolling turns into, wait, why are you watching a video about how long whales can hold their breath? We've all been there. The later lie is a classic. It's so smooth, so believable, and so deadly, because later becomes tomorrow, and tomorrow becomes panic studying with tears and regrets. Here's a reality check. Your brain isn't being lazy, it's avoiding discomfort. And it's really good at tricking you. That's why toppers don't negotiate with their brains. They don't ask, am I in the mood? They ask, what's next? Make it stupidly easy. Like, right now, just open the book. That's all. And the funny part? Once you start, you don't even want to stop, because momentum kicks in. You feel good. You feel like a responsible main character. So next time your brain says, let's do it later, say, nice try, but I've seen this episode before. Segment 4, the study scrolling paradox, brain on book, eyes on phone. Let's talk about the most toxic relationship of our generation, you and your phone during study time. Tell me why we sit down with all this confidence like, I'm going to study now, open the book, flip one page, and next thing you know, we're 18 videos deep into a cat learning piano and a 45-minute documentary on how toothpaste is made. And then the best part? We still keep the book open, just sitting there, as if osmosis will do the job while our brain is busy stalking people we don't even like. It's not laziness, it's addiction. And no, I'm not telling you to throw your phone in a lake or go live in a forest. But what if, just hear me out, you started studying the way you scroll? Like, imagine if you tackled your chapters the way you tell a TikTok spiral. Quick, sharp bursts, short rewards, constant attention switches, but controlled. Study 10 minutes, scroll 2 minutes, boom. We're not aiming for perfection. We're aiming for reality. Let your phone be a break, not a background. Don't be that person fake reading the same line 16 times because you were too busy watching someone dye their dog blue. The truth? Multitasking is a myth. You're not doing both, you're just doing none. So shut the tab, flip the phone, or heck, throw it under your pillow and sit on it like a dragon on gold. You'll thank yourself when your brain starts feeling sharp instead of scrambled. Segment 5, the 25-minute power hack, even if you're surrounded by chaos. Let's be honest, your house is not a library. There's noise, there's drama, someone's blending a mango shake while another's yelling about the remote. So, how do you study in the circus? Simple. You slice time like cake. Here's the hack: 25 minutes of total focus, then 5 minutes of chaos. That's it. It's called the Pomodoro technique. But don't worry, no tomatoes involved. Yes, that's what it means in Italian. Why? No idea either. Just set a timer, not your phone if you'll end up texting your cousin's cousin. Use a kitchen timer, a clock, or even your brain if you're cool like that. During those 25 minutes, you're in a bubble. No scrolling, no side chats, no I'll just check one real lies. Then bam, 5 minutes to stretch, drink water, scream into a pillow, whatever. Even if your world's loud, you can still study in solid bursts. Focus isn't about silence, it's about boundaries. And this tiny trick, it works like magic, no matter how wild things get around you. Segment 6, that one corner that saves your brain. You know what's underrated? Corners. Yeah, those weird, dusty, unbothered corners of your house. You don't need a room. You don't need a desk. You need a spot. A zone. A sacred little space where the distractions are too lazy to reach you. Find that one corner where no one really sits. Maybe next to the washing machine. Maybe under the stairs like you're in a budget Hogwarts. Lay down a mat, grab a pillow, stack books as a fake table, and boom, your study throne is born. You don't need fairy lights, you need focus lights, aka your brain switched on. And if someone tries to disturb you, look up dramatically and whisper, "This is my focus chamber. Leave, mortal." Will they take you seriously? No. But will they back off? Probably. Because let's be real, your mind needs association. When your brain sees that corner, it should scream, "Study mode activated." And once you train your brain to connect that one humble spot with focus, sis, you could be sitting in a fish market and still ace those tests. Segment 7. Multitasking? More like multi-trashing. Okay, let's get one thing straight. You are not a computer. You're not running 64 tabs in your brain while casually topping your exams. You can't be writing notes, checking your phone, half listening to your cousin rant, and somehow expect the mitochondria to magically stick in your head. Multitasking is the biggest scam Gen Z fell for. It sounds cool. It feels productive. But what you're really doing is just switching your attention back and forth like a confused squirrel. And guess what? That's a one-way ticket to I studied for 3 hours and still remember nothing. Focus is a muscle. And like any muscle, if you keep interrupting it every 5 minutes for a notification, a reel, or a sudden urge to clean your drawer, you're not training, you're wasting. So stop romanticizing the idea of being that busy girl with 10 things going on. Be the girl who shuts it all off, silences the world, and goes, right now it's just me and this book. Everyone else, disconnected. Because the real power move? Single task like a queen. One task, one vibe, one win at a time. Segment 8, how to actually study smart, not just look smart. You've heard study smart, not hard a million times. Cool, but what does that even mean? Here's the brutal truth. Studying smart isn't about using a fancy app, rewriting notes with 5 highlighter colors, or pretending to do Pomodoro while secretly scrolling reels. Studying smart equals doing the stuff that actually makes info stick. So here's what smart actually looks like. Close the book, try to recall. Can't explain it in your own words? You don't know it. Teach it out loud. No one around? Teach your pillow. If your pillow gets it, you do too. Stop rereading like a zombie. Highlighting feels productive, but it's just brain decorating. Use exam-style questions. That's how toppers prep. They don't read, they battle with the content. Pick one topic, 40 minutes. Full attack mode. No skipping. No meh, I'll come back later. You don't need 6 hours. You need clarity. The girl who finishes one concept with full power wins over the one who kind of did 5. So stop studying for the aesthetic. Start studying for the effect. Let's just say it. No one's coming to save you. Not your school, not your teacher, not your timetable, or your fake aesthetic setup. It's you. It's always been you. So stop scrolling. Stop waiting for some perfect study method to fall from the sky. Because while you're busy planning your study schedule, someone out there is already executing theirs. And they'll take your seat. So get serious. Get uncomfortable. Get it done. Now hit that subscribe. if you're ready to study like a storm's coming.